work and what the side effects are. And if the statistics are down, FDA may say, it's not that harmful, and they pay billions of dollars and it gets approved and whatnot, and the drug becomes very popular. But, like talk about, oh, you know what? Steve Jobs, with his cancer, he tried to eat right and meditate and all that kind of stuff. He wanted to recover naturally. People like laugh at you saying that, my God, if he would have taken the medication from the very start, right away, he could have saved his life. Yeah, but he was not ordinary. It's the whole thing. People who are not ordinary, they're not gonna go do ordinary stuff, at least not right off the bat. I mean, he had a surgery for getting an extra, I don't know, bladder, whatever, kidney, I don't know what it was. But he was already very close to dying. It was like throwing a lifeguard into the water. So people who are extraordinary will not do ordinary things, or they prefer not to. And the society keeps on brainwashing us day in and day out, worrying about the statistic, worrying about, we have to keep our head on line when we drive and all that kind of stuff. Day in and day out, that we are just in this matrix. If you watch the movie, Matrix was another movie that was a realization, at least for me, that, yeah, they're in this matrix that we are in, with all the rules and laws and morals and ethicals and legals, this and that, day in and day out, it's hard to imagine anything else. If you want to have a magical life, you got to live magically. Or at least keep on imagining, meditating on it, have a lifestyle that is magical. You cannot keep doing drugs, for example, and expecting having a magical life. You got to do things with a capital R right. Beyond the calculator. In other words, the more sophisticated you get, the more extraordinary you get, the calculations becomes kind of like crazier and crazier. Look at the formula of Einstein. E equals mc squared is a magical formula. And they had to go and prove it. Approximations. They not only got a notion that this formula is so magical, because Einstein had a magical lifestyle. He went beyond Newton. He did not stop there. going beyond the vision of his predecessors. Today, by your presence here, listening to this at this place, here and now in this moment, your life may transform. But it's not like, looking at this and go and say, that was nice. I mean, are you going to continue acknowledging, like I said, you must acknowledge your talent. Get your calculator or piano or car or put your business in place or whatnot and go crazy with it. That's number 3. And once you go crazy with it and go all spontaneous with it, beyond the calculations, I mean, that's what Steve Jobs did. That's how he created value and went wild with the products, as I was giving you the example. Go wild, and wild with a capital W means going all out. Jazz, blues, these are all emotional type music and band and orchestra. Jazz band. Gotta talk jazz, just like what I'm doing here now. See, this show is based on Dreams Come True coaching, and it's magical because you don't understand. Just like jazz, you cannot never figure it out and put it on calculations and say what this guy is saying is. It's not like that. It's how this guy is feeling and putting it on his guitar by his fingers. See, all did the learning of calculations and note following or whatnot in the past. But with jazz, it's going all out. 101%. You see, it takes only reflection of the one to make it happen. We don't, need to say like all these statisticians 1000% and all this baloney. It's 101. 101%. That's it. And that one is a reflection of what? Your talent appearing on the other side beyond the what? The invisible zero. Ladies and gentlemen, let the shift happen. Let the shift happen beyond the ordinary life, beyond the statistics, beyond the numbers, beyond the... That's how savants can tell you some crazy numbers when you talk to them to figure out what 1,345 times or divided by 166, and you ask them and they just give it to you because they throw the numbers beyond the calculator in their mind. It all happens in the mind, and they just tell you some crazy numbers, and you put it in your calculator and say, without a calculator, how did you come up with such a crazy numbers? I mean, come on. Because the savant doesn't need to do anything. He's in his magic. Or she. Want to have that magical life that people will bring you an interview and say, how do you do it? And you cannot explain. You cannot explain how you do it. It's like accountant that was never introduced to accounting. But accounting has that implications of, what the rules and laws and all that kind of stuff is in order to, for the accountant to do the taxes and prepare the books and whatnot. But talking about extraordinary, even an accountant, it's like that accountant is chewing the accounting books, chewing, in his mind. And even if they subpoena him to court, he's gonna say things that other lawyers or judges have to go and figure out in their own law books. And they come and they cannot disregard his communication with them in regards to the accounting situation that they have in place in the courts, let's say. But the only thing is left is that unless the judge says, only may put his power in place and they come up with another excuse. Otherwise, you cannot arrest extraordinary jazz musician. You can't. He's just playing naked in the band. Ladies and gentlemen, this was another episode of Dreams Come True Coaching. Watch this show 3 times because the first time is a shocker. The second time, fills in the gaps, and third time that you watch it, it all comes together and makes sense to you or becomes more sensible to you. For all my viewers, I give one evaluatory free session of Dreams Come True Coaching if you contact me, and my profile has all my information. Follow me, contact me, give me your feedback. I like all the authors to come and co-author with me. Morning. Speakers to come and speak with me. Event organizers come and co-event with me. And travel agents come and travel with me. I'm also on Meerkat on daily basis, and I put these shows also on YouTube. So if you have any questions or comments or like to get your free sample evaluatory session, you can call me after the show and we can schedule. Thank you very much I appreciate your presence here with me to participate in this show. Have a wonderful day and talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.